Hello, beauties, and welcome, my beautiful family, back to the channel. Actually, welcome me back to my channel. Let's take pause one moment, guys. Listen, thank you. I don't know what else I can say, and those words are sometimes so cliche, but you know what? I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. I don't have to say anything I don't mean. And let me tell you, from the deepest part of my heart and my soul, I thank you guys so very much. Obviously, the last video I posted was just brutal to make and very challenging and difficult, obviously. But I want to thank you guys. It means a whole lot to me, very much. To know I'm not alone, to know that I have you guys got me, I've got you. Here we are in this beautiful community, building something amazing, building relationships and friendships. But most importantly, we are sharing journeys, aren't we? And we never know what happens in our journeys. And life is life. And you got to take the good with the bad. And thank you guys. I just want to let you know it means so much to me. I appreciate you from the deepest part of my heart to know that you guys are so kind, you're patient, you're loving, you are just beautiful, and your comments have meant so much. I have tried and am continuing to reply to every comment as I can. Thank you guys so much. So I am back on the mat. And here we go. So let's get some sparkle on, friends, in the video below. Guys, we're getting into a beautiful bracelet, so let's get to it, shall we? I'll push you on down. I thought something I haven't done in a while. I'm working in Frosty Waterfalls. That is my sparkle bag from January. You, of course, can use any beads, but of course, I'm inspired by these insane agates, which are just scrumptiously delicious. Don't eat the beads. And I'm going to do some little split stations here. And I think this is just going to be so pretty. Pretty. And we're going to put a little chain on it. We're also going to do a beaded loop for our closure. So haven't done something like this in a while, and that's what we're getting into. You can use any beads for something like this, friends. You can also measure this to length. You can use any components. But hopefully this will give you a little inspiration, or you'll just enjoy beading along with me, which I love more than anything. So I have my wires together to feed all my beads on, and then I'm separating it at my split. So after this, I'm going to go ahead and put on another beautiful agate and feed that down both my wires. I'll pull you guys down. And then again, I'm going to do another split station here. Okay, and so what I've done here is separating my wires. I've done a triangle crystal, and then I put on a little teeny tot here, and then I did the 4mm bicones, those matte. Those kind of pick each other up. So we've also got that beautiful contrast there. We've got some gloss, we've got some matte, and we've got a little bit of bling in there with that crystal, but it's subtle. I think it balances beautifully. So this is my pattern for my split. Then we'll put that white on again, and I think that's a 3mm there. And then we will finish the station off with another one of our little triangle crystals here. This beautiful light, I think this is like a light sapphire. And that's what I've got on one side. And then I will just do the exact same thing on the other strand here. So we'll go with a crystal, and then we'll put on a white, and then we'll do the bicone, and then another white, and then we will hug that closed with another one of our little crystals here. And that is my little split stations. Now, the reason I went ahead and put those triangle crystals next to my bead. Now you could also, is because actually the triangle, and they actually will hug it. That's why, that's the reason. Now, what's fun here too though, friends, is you really can mix this up. You could even put some really cool like bead caps or bead cones to hug these stations. You can really make this your own. But I just wanted those crystals to be showing. But notice when I tighten this up, and I tighten it up over here, those triangle crystals lay very nicely up against those agates. I've got to push that one down. We'll work on that in a minute once we tighten it up. But they just hug beautifully without cracking. So I thought I'd just go with it. And oh my gosh, look at this agate I have, guys. We're different, but look at that one. Isn't that just gorgeous? Okay, and so then we will put our strands together, and we will put on my last agate. And so we've got that going for us. And then I will finish it up with one more station here. And I guess I'll go with that guy. And then we need a round mat. And then either one of those would be fine, really. I want to have a little dimension here with some of that opalite in there. Nope, I think I want the opalite. I think that'll look a little better. So put that down both strands. And that's what we've got. Now I think I am going to end, I did not start my strand that way, but I am going to actually end with a 4mm bicone here. And I'm going to put that also down both of my strands. Okay, so that's what we've got. And then if I push myself down here, I have about 4.5 inches, guys, and that's including my clam. Now, if I take my clam shell out of the equation, it's probably just a 1/4 inch. I've got about just a little over 4.25 inches worth of beading. So we're at about 4.5 with our clamshell there. That's what we've got. Now, of course, we can, you know, extend this. We can make this as long or short as we want. Now, what I want to do, we're going to allocate for our beaded loop. However, what I think I'm going to do is I am going to look, and I need to cut these chains. I just grabbed a couple of scraps, actually. And, you know, I think I'm done beading right there. Because, yeah, by the time we do our loop and the chain, I think we're going to be fine. So I think I'm going to put all of this to the side. I think we're done with all of that. Now what I'm going to do, friends, is I'm going to go ahead and keep both of my wires together, and I'm going to go ahead and feed my crimp tube down. Okay. And that's what I've got. So there's my crimp tube. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is let one of my wires hang out and just focus on one of my wires. And then I'm going to go ahead and just feed on my little teeny tots here. So my larvicite here and my labradorite to make my beaded loop. So I'm going to go with that. And again, I've let that other wire hang out. Now I'm going to grab this tail, go around my beads, and go ahead and feed that right back through that crimp. And then I'll go ahead and pull that through. And now I'm going to pull this wire up. I am going to make sure that I've got some movement here. And I am also going to go look at my stations really quick. So I want these to be a little bit cleaner. So we want to have a little bend. We don't want the crystals to crack. But I think it just might need a little bit of snugging up there. So I kind of bend each side of that station, and that's just a smidge better. And we'll pull that loop and make sure my wires are uncrossed. We'll just make enough room in there for the magical crimper and get that crimped off. And that will be off center, and that's okay. Totally fine. Does not need to be flush here on my beaded loop. Hence the little peekaboo of wire. And we'll go around and around. Little peekaboo of wire. I'll pull you guys up. And we're done crimping. And let's get that out of the way. And we'll get rid of that guy. And that's what we have. And now I am going to take this and I'm going to actually make my little dangle. Well, I've got my mind on it. Okay, dangle's ready. And we're done with all of that. Now, what I am going to do, guys, is... Oh, so pretty. Oh, just love it. Love it. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to attach my chain and we'll get that cut. So let's get that chain on there first. And so we'll just grab, I have an oval jump ring. It's already open, a 5mm here. And I'll just grab and put the last link of that on my oval jump ring here of both of those pieces. Slide my clam on. And we'll get that all closed up. And this is also where I'm going to put my dangle. Too sloppy. So there's just one added jump ring. And let's see what we've got. That's what we got, guys. I am going to add right here at this jump ring, I'm going to add my dangle. But that's what that looks like, friends. Isn't that beautiful? Love that. Love it. I love the whole balance of this matte with the shine and the gloss. It's just a beautiful blend of the blues. We have just a hint of sparkle, and it's just gorgeous. So I'm just gonna pop that right there on that jump ring, give that a nice close. And we have a beautiful agate beaded split bracelet. And those are nice stainless steel head pins. Now, I do have some of these. I will link, guys, what I've got left. Sparkle bags sold out. I will link, though, some bag extras I have. And anything that I've used today, I will link in the description box for you guys. And that's what we have, friends. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that just beautiful? Love this. Love this. That's what you've got. Nice, beautiful beaded split bracelet with a beaded loop and just a little smidge of chain. I hope you all enjoyed today's video and have a great rest of your day. Until the next one, friends, be blessed.